A Raleigh woman has a lot to be thankful for today. She signed up for 23andMe hoping to learn some insight on her genetic history, but in the process, this is interesting, she gained the connection of a lifetime.
CBS 17's Greg Funderburg tells us about her journey to reconnect with her birth mother.
Sharon Crickmar grew up in Binghamton, New York with her parents and brother.
They sat both of us down. They waited till I was a little older before they told him.
That's when she learned she and her brother were adopted from two different families.
We always wondered, I think he and I both did, as to who's out there. Are they out there? Will we ever find them?
Fast forward almost 50 years later, she kept running into roadblocks due to her closed adoption.
The problem in New York is any adoptions from the 70s were sealed.
So she signed up for 23andMe, hoping to mainly learn about her genetic history, and that's when she got the surprise of a lifetime on November 30th, 2023.
I got a result, and it said I had a mom match, and I almost fell on the floor.
And a few days prior, Shirley Bendick, 1,300 miles away in Lubbock, Texas, still wondered if the child she gave up for adoption would ever find her.
2 days prior, my husband and I are watching some movie on TV, and it was about this girl that finds her birth mom. So after the movie's over, he says to me, he goes, "Do you think she'll ever find you?"
So after Sharon got the notification from 23andMe, she checked out the profile of who the site said was her birth mother.
She looked exactly like me, so it kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, she looks just like me.
That's when she decides to send her a message.
November 30th, I was actually walking into my house from the garage from coming home from somewhere, and I got that message from her on my phone.
I wrote, "Hello, my name is Sharon Crickmar. I was born 9/9/75 and was adopted. I'm not sure if 23andMe is correct, but it linked us as a mother-daughter."
I said, "Oh my gosh." And he goes, "What?" And I said, "I think she found me." And he goes, "Who?" I said, "My daughter."
I ended up pulling up her phone number because it had where she lived, and I have an app that I can pull up phone numbers.
And then the phone rings, and it's Sharon. And I was like, "She's calling me." And he goes, "Well, answer it."
And that phone call was filled with lots of emotion, but an answered prayer for both Sharon and Shirley.
And we must have talked for, I don't even know, 4 hours.
I told her, I said, "I prayed for you over all the years."
And Sharon's family grew instantly.
I have siblings, and I have cousins, and I have family, and I was like, my family was very small growing up, and a lot of my family's passed away.
Sharon quickly learned answers to so many questions.
I was young. I was 18 when I was pregnant with her, but I turned 19 when I gave birth. It was one of the hardest decisions in my entire life to make.
Shirley went on to join the Army Reserves and served on active duty. About a year later, she met her husband of 46 years, and they got married a year after that. They had their first child together 3 years after she gave Sharon up for adoption. Today, they have 2 daughters and have adopted 2 sons.
And I have a husband who also supported me, and he knew before we even married.
And together, they revealed to their 4 children about their half-sister when they were in junior high school. She says it was one of her daughters who encouraged her to get on 23andMe.
She kind of tricked me into doing it.
And it worked. Shirley finally met Sharon in March of this year.
Got out of the car and we just hugged. It was amazing.
And they have learned how much they're just alike.
She's very organized. I'm very organized. I make my bed every day. She makes her bed every day, just simple things.
Sharon also learned she has family beyond her siblings, their spouses, and children.
I actually have 3 cousins in the area and an aunt and uncle, so it's her sister.
It's the Christmas miracle these 2 have waited 49 years to share.
It's a true blessing. I never thought I would have a wonderful family like this.
But it was just amazing. Yeah. It was like an answer to prayer.
In Raleigh, Greg Funderburg, CBS 17 News.